Right, last movie on our list this week is Flow, which is a Latvian animated film, no dialogue. It was directed by someone called, let's see if I can pronounce this, Gints Zilbalodos. Maybe something like that. Zilbalodos.
Sounds about right.
It's about right. Yeah, as I say, Latvian film. It's about a cat who suddenly finds itself in the middle of a biblical flood. Huge flood, really massive flood, not just one that, the road is out. I mean, this is like, hundreds of feet of water. And the long and short of it is, this little cat, if he or she, I don't know, he finds itself on a boat with like a capoeira and a big, massive white bird and a dog. And, getting homeward bound vibes here. Remember that one?
Homeward bound, yes.
But, basically, it's about them all working together to survive, really, and to get out of the floods in a sense. That's the basic thing to it. The impressive thing about this film is that, like I say, there's no dialogue whatsoever. So while I was watching this, I was thinking, if you played this for children of all nations, every single one of them would understand it on the same level because does not rely on dialogue whatsoever. But you can fully understand everything that's going on. And I loved it for that reason more than anything else, this kind of universal element to it. Pretty nice animation, the way it was done. It looked beautiful. There was a lot of good stuff going on with it. I'd seen a lot of people talking about it online, which was what brought it up on my radar initially. And, you run away, you watch a trailer quickly. What's this thing? And I kind of like cats quite a lot. So to see this cat movie, I was like, I want to see what this is about. Watched the trailer and thought, right, that we've got to see that. It's fantastic. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it had a lot to say. Of course, again, the subtext there, not just about the world and the environment and how we view animals and stuff, but also about friendship, about our differences and how that, if we work together to the same ends, despite our differences, we can really, overcome great challenges in life. What were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I agree. I mean, it's the modern Noah's Ark, right? Mm. But it's interesting. It visually reminded me of a video game. Yeah. The way it's done. It's an interesting. The film was completely made on this open source software called Blender, which some people may know. It's very famous. And so it's like a real kind of indie effort here, which obviously affects its visual style. It's a bit rougher on the edges and stuff like
here
this.
And there. Yeah. The textures were...
Yeah, but I, in a way, isn't it? That's what made it beautiful.
Yeah.
That kind of... It's like painting-like, it's like, this is really different. It's not like that polished Hollywood CGI'd animation. So you're kind of like, this is really nice.
Yeah.
So people have called it a silent movie, in a way. They say no dialogue. But actually there is dialogue, right? Okay. It's just one that we can't understand.
Oh, very good.
The animals' dialogue, that, Yeah. I found it really interesting reading afterwards. They used actual animal sounds for all the animals. They went out and recorded proper animal sounds, apart from the capybara, which apparently... It's too high-pitched and unpleasant, so they ended up using a baby camel instead for that one.
That is a great bit of trivia there, Dave.
Yeah, but what I found with that is the soundscape they created with the water and the animal sounds and the trees and all this going on throughout the film more than anything was mesmerising. You kind of think, if there's no dialogue, what's going on? Isn't this going to be a bit boring, isn't it? But actually, then you're just mesmerised by this kind of even like the glass bottles being moved around by the whatever you call it, monkey thing.
Yeah.
It's fascinating in your head, those little movements and moments, and you're just like, it's an emotional journey about friendship, as you say, and we've seen that 1,000 times before, but they do a really great job of it. As you say, we don't understand what they're saying to things, but those little interactions they have towards each other, where they're helping each other out, whether they intend to or not. And I think this was the interesting bit, because it's all done very realistic for the animals. This isn't like a Pixar movie or something where it's like they're humanized versions of animals.
It's not Finding Nemo.
No, it's like this is how animals behave. on the most part. And so a lot of the things they're doing, some of it's unintentional, but you kind of go, oh, look, they're helping each other out. And it's like, well, they didn't really intend to, but consequently that's what's happened or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there is bonds there you can see between them where they're like, okay, I trust you, you can help doing that or whatever.
Trust.
But also
absolutely, there's a massive theme in it. Trust is a big one.
It's a big theme. But also I think there's a real theme of realism in there. And I think even that goes to the end where like the dogs are all there and you think, oh, they're all helping to save the day. They see a rabbit
and they all run off. Yeah.
And you're like, of course, they may try and help, but the natural instinct
nature, they can't go against their nature. Yeah.
And so, so I really enjoyed that about it. It was really nice. It was really pleasant to see the animals and all that kind of stuff. But I also appreciated the realistic undertone of, this is nature, it's not nice, this is what happens, and all that kind of bits. I was like, it's really interesting touch to it. And of course, the undercurrent there about global warming and the problem with the planet and the floods and all that kind of stuff, which seeps throughout it, and you kind of visualize the destruction of that kind of thing through their eyes as they go through an abandoned city and things like that.
No humans whatsoever in the film. So.
Yeah.
But very good. I mean, there's the marks of humans, like all of those sculptures of the cats and stuff like this. It's like there's this evidence of humanity is there, but other than that, zero humans whatsoever. It's just the wild animals. Well, wild and domesticated, because obviously you got the cat, you got the dog, who's very sort of, I want to play, I'm friendly, I want to be your friend, typical dog sort of thing. But it was a powerful film and one that was really nice to watch in the sense that it was an animated film and it doesn't have any dialogue other than like you mentioned, the animals talking to each other. But that's quite unique. It's a very unique film. I didn't realize it was done on Blender. That's crazy.
It's mad.
But they did an excellent job. All that being considered, there's bits when the cat falls into the water and it's sort of going up and up into the water and above it again, and that was animation wise. That was very, very well done.
Yeah,
none of it looked,
really good
looked
stuff,
ropey. It was very impressive,
and all the reflection stuff looked really great. That they were doing, like in the puddles and in the mirrors and stuff.
That was a very a big theme for them as well, because like you said, the little thing has the mirror all the time, is obsessed with. Even with his little buddies, they're all looking in it. But again, like you said, the cat had plenty of times looking into the water and seeing that reflection. So there's obviously a lot to be said about that sort of side of things and how you view yourself and the rest of it. It was a very interesting film. As I say, if you could played it to kids of all languages and walks of life, they would all get it. But also fantastic film for adults as well. It's not a children's film. It's a universal film suitable for all, so to speak. Thanks very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. The best way to support this channel is by dropping us a like and subscribing. Other ways to support us include Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. This video was sponsored by funkyt-shirts.co.uk. Check out their website for a full range of awesome t-shirt designs. You can find all the links in the description.